Hey there, my name is Ed Howie, and this is How We Grow a Brand.
1, 2, 3.
If you like what you learned from this video, help us promote this channel by clicking the like button below and subscribing to our channel. Ready to go? Let's get into today's chat. So here is the question for today. Are you playing offense? Or are you playing defense? Do you find yourself merely reacting to the situations that occur to try to keep your head above water? Or are you trying to anticipate a positive future and moving you and your team into that direction? We're in a very unusual position in which we don't know how things could potentially change from day to day. This situation could be one that some may find disheartening, but there are a few who are looking at our current situation through the lens of opportunity. What about you? Where do you stand? Are you operating from a position of hope or fear? Let's find out. So we're 6 months into this pandemic, and many people are beginning to feel it. But now is not the time to get tired. It's the time to re-engage and reset. People are trying to do what they can with what they have, and that is what we must do. Prices are getting lower and more people are entering the marketplace. Everyone is looking for a semblance of normalcy. They're looking to brands they know and trust to provide comfort. What a great time for you and your staff to go the extra mile. Think back to what life was like before COVID. Customers appreciated products, services, and experience. But now that they've been surviving in a remote world, the way your brand touches them can bring unexpected joy. The question is, how do you do that? As a business entrepreneur, you've been trying to economize and protect your business and your staff. Is there a way to protect your assets while also providing touches of joy to your customers? So for established brands, providing joy is not a tangible skill you can teach in talks about the culture of your workplace or in social media posts. You have to surround yourself with it. You have to live it into your brand. Now, this isn't a new theory. However, now, more than ever, providing joy and living you within your brand is important. People being furloughed and are having to do the same with less. Others are tightening their belts and being very conscious of their spending. Even if they loved your brand before, if you aren't giving them reasons to continue to love your brand, you could soon be replaced, or worse yet, forgotten. Beyond the sales aspect, it's more important to love on the people who have loved on you. So don't just look to create temporary moments of joy, look to create an entire culture around it. If you instill joy in your brand and in your team, then they will pass it along and instill joy in your brand community. So for new entrepreneurs who are starting brands, make sure you are your number one fan. Live the joy of your brand by example. Live the way you want your team to live, and your team will follow. Customers will tell you what they need. Empower your people so they don't feel like they have to check with the boss to do something that brings joy to their coworkers or your customers. That kind of behavior should be part of your culture. It should be ingrained. Empower your staff and give them the power to truly take care of your customers. So here's a tip. Take a fresh look at your entire customer experience. Is there something that needs to go? Is there something that needs to come back? Is there something that would bring your customers joy? United Airlines recently announced, as other airlines followed, that they are permanently getting rid of change fees. Believe it or not, change fees were one of the number one complaints against airlines, and I firmly believe this because I lived it. Now you can book a ticket, and if you need to make a change, it's not going to cost you. How's that for inspiring joy? It doesn't have to be complicated. It has to meet the need of the customer that you haven't been meeting. Two thoughts, real examples, some kind of embarrassing. First is that actually between taping right here, went back to my desk, was checking messages, and one of our newest team members in a Slack message said, "Hey, I just realized one of our clients is having a birthday. Should we do something?" Now, she's new. I mean, literally like 3 weeks. So I love the fact that she asked. What I would love more is to ensure that every single one of my team members knows that not only that's the right thing to do, but they have the permission to make it happen without being in conversation. So think about it. No matter what you say and what your policies are you exhibiting as a leader the fact that when your team sees an opportunity to show some love, show some joy for customers, that they have to bring it up for conversation, or they just do it? Now, let me talk to you real quickly about something that's just the opposite. And it's the reality running the business, and I've done this multiple times before. But my wife and I and another couple, we went out to dinner at a restaurant we had not been to for over a year on Friday night. Everything was perfect. It was socially distanced. It was all spread out. It was just so well handled, and it was such a delightful evening to feel a little bit of sense of normalcy as well as safety and security. Well, next morning, we're at home, and in the mail comes a direct mail postcard for $10 off your next order. So my wife and I looked at each other, and instead of grilled chicken and deli turkey, our meal of choice right now, it seems, we said, you know what? Let's order the same dinner we had last night at this restaurant, and let's go pick it up, and let's just sit in the den, have a little tailgate, and watch college football, which was finally back on the TV, and let's basically eat the same meal 2 nights in a row. Now, this wasn't a $20 fast food meal, and it wasn't a $300 steak dinner, but it was frankly an $89 transaction. I had the most incredible experience. I called, they walked me through the menu. They got everything we wanted. They clarified it. 2 things happened. One is they wouldn't take American Express. Now, I understand the financial reasons why, guaranteed. However, I had to get out of my chair, go to my car, get my wallet to give them the American Express card because they didn't want to pay the extra percentage to do business with me as an American Express customer. Okay. That was just one thing. I understand times are tough. Second thing is I pull up, they wrote down the name of my car. They bring the food out to the car. Everything's perfect. I could feel the heat of the food through the bag. They then said, "Do you have your coupon?" I was like, "Pardon?" They said, "I need to get the postcard to give you the $10 off." Recognizing that the person speaking to me was not the person who created that policy and could do nothing about it. And as with any service person is trying to do way more with many more requirements, I chose not to make an issue. But what they did is for $10, they stole my joy. Now, the meal was incredible. And we had not eaten, I think I said this before, we had not eaten that restaurant in over a year, and we ate there twice within 24 hours. For $10, because they were afraid I was going to use the postcard twice, they said, "No problem, we'll just add it back onto your Visa card." So here's the question. Was that $10 really worth it? I didn't call the manager. I'm telling all of you, I'm not listing the name of the restaurant because I understand the reality of coupons and people being dishonest. But I just encourage you now more than ever, if your policies and procedures are set to protect yourself from the lowest common denominator and to actually challenge or disrupt your potentially most valuable customers, you need to re-look at your procedures, because now more than ever, those little things matter. Now more than ever, your team delivering unexpected joy makes a difference. Now, I will tell you, the cool thing about it is that, yeah, I hated Amex, that whole thing. And I hated the fact that, I didn't bring the card and they didn't trust me to destroy it. I understand. Get home. Everything's perfect. We're laying it out on the table. There's a little bag of 2 of the most incredible chocolate brownie cookies and one like brown butter sugar cookie. We didn't order it. We didn't pay for it. In my family, we call that lagniappe, a little something extra. And you know what? We're probably going to use that $10 postcard for the next order. Fine, create, but don't steal your people or your customers' joy. Hey, I really hope this helps and inspires your day. If any of this works on your business this week, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, or hey, just message me. Can't wait to see what we chat about next time on How We Grow a Brand. We'll see you soon.